Cut.
Welcome to my channel. This is Teacher Psyreen, everyone. And this is the first lesson of the first quarter for week 1. Nai-stress ka ba sa mathematics? Ikaw ay grade 5 student. Ikaw ay grade 5 teacher. At ikaw ay grade 5 parents. Halika na, dito ka sa aking channel at mag-aral tayo ng mathematics. Our lesson for today is all about using divisibility rules for 2, 5, and 10 in finding common factors of numbers. And our MELC-based competency is uses divisibility rules for 2, 5, and 10 to find the common factors of numbers. M5 and S-IB-58.1. Are you ready, class? So before we start, I have your series of flashcards for you. Let's do the mental mathematics. Are you ready? Oh, I'm sure you are. Our first set of numbers are 248 divided by 4 equals n. Who can answer that? Okay, very good. Next, we have 126 divided by 3 equals n. Alright, you got it. Next, $522 divided by 6 equals n. Again, 522 divided by 6 equals n. Another one, 255 divided by 5 equals n. Oh, who can answer that? Alright, very good, you got it correct. Next, 236 divided by 2 equals n. Very good, class. Since you got it all correct, I have here, before we proceed to our next lesson, I have your set of words that you might encounter during our discussion. So, these words are, first one, common factor. What is common factor? A common factor is a factor that two or more numbers have in common. Another one is divisible. When we say divisible, it means dividing a number without any remainder. The third one is divisibility rules. When we say divisibility rules, these are a set of general rules that are often used to determine whether or not a number is evenly divisible by another number. Again, evenly divisible, meaning there will be no left out. Next, factor. What is a factor? A factor is any of the numbers used in multiplication to form a product. So now class, I think we are all ready to proceed. But before anything else, let's have a storytelling and a game first. Are you ready? Okay, are you excited? Oh yes, for our story, please listen carefully. So let's say I'm the captain of a ship. Are you familiar with a ship? Okay, let's say I'm a captain, a female captain of a ship, and you are all crews and passengers. And we were able to encounter a big iceberg in the ocean. Then the captain said, "The boat is sinking. Group yourselves into two in order to be safe." Okay, come on, class. Group yourselves into two. Okay. And now the captain again demanded, "Class, listen to the captain." The captain said, "Group yourselves into five." And if you haven't found a group of five yet, and you are not a member of a group of five, you will be left behind. So, try your very best to group yourselves into five. And now, the captain said, "Oh no, we only have 3 lifeboats, and we are 30 in the ship. So, everybody, group yourselves into 10. And because of that, the captain and the crews with the passengers were able to be saved. Did you enjoy this story and the game? Now, I have here a simple problem. Let's try our very best to get or to do whatever the problem asks us to do. Dan has 30 blue marbles and 10 white ones. If he wants to place them in an identical groups without any marbles left over, what are the common factors of the number of marbles? How can you get the common factors of 30 and 10? Again, Dan has 30 blue marbles and 10 white ones. If he wants to place them in identical groups without any marbles left over, what are the common factors of the number of marbles? How can you get the common factors of 30 and 10? So here are the questions. How can you get the common factors of 30 and 10? Another question. What does the problem ask you to find? Next, what are the common factors of the number of marbles? Again, let's try number 1. How can you get the common factors of 30 and 10? For number 2, what does the problem ask you to find? Next, what are the common factors of the number of marbles? So class, we have to remember, when we have a larger number that we are factoring, we need to use divisibility rules to help us find the factors of that numbers. Again, when there is a larger number, for factoring, we need to use the divisibility rules. Again, we are going to use divisibility rules. So, here are the rules. To find if it is divisible by 2, the ones digit of that number should be even number. Again, it is the ones digit. The ones digit should be even, meaning it should end in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. And when we are trying to find if a number is divisible by 5, the rule is the last digit is either 0 or 5. When the last digit is 0 or 5, it is divisible by? Yes, by 5. Next, how to find if it is divisible by 10? Simple, if the last digit is 0. How about 15? Is it divisible by 2? Is it divisible by 5? How about 10? Is 30 divisible by 5? By 2? Or by 10? I'm sure you are thinking about it. And now that you're thinking about it, let's try to slowly and slowly unmask the answer. So now, we have the listing method. Let's try to use that listing method. First, when we are using the listing method, we will list all the factors of 30 first. So we have, for the factors of 30, we have 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10, and 5 and 6. For number 10, we have 1 and 10, and 2 and 5. So what are the common factors? So it is already encircled. We have 1, 2, 5, and 10. So if it is divisible by 2, the method of this testing is the ones digit is even number. It's either 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. For example, 58 is divisible by 2 because its last digit is 8, which is an even number. Thus, 2 is a factor of 58. Question: is 36 divisible by 2? What is the ones digit? It is 6. Right? Oh yes! It is divisible by 2 because the last digit of 36 is 6, which is an even number. Who got it correct? Next. For divisible by 5, the method of teaching or testing is the last digit is either 0 or 5. It should be 0 or 5. Question: is 25 divisible by 5? Yes, because the last digit of 25 is 5. Very good. 1. To find if a number is divisible by 10, we have to make sure that the number ends in 0. For example, 30 is divisible by 10 because its last digit is 0. Thus, 10 is a factor of 30. Question: is 220 divisible by 10? Take note of the ones digit of 220. Yes, because the last digit of 220 is 0. We have to remember, all numbers that are divisible by 10 are also divisible by 2 and 5. If a number ends in 0, it is divisible by 2, 5, and 10. And if a number is divisible by 2, 5, and 10, that number therefore has a factor of 2, 5, and 10. Did you get it? Again, if it is divisible by 10, it is also divisible by 2 and 5. If it ends in 0, it is divisible by 2, 5, and 10. If it is divisible by 2, 5, and 10, therefore, their factor is 2, 5, and 10. So, I guess you're ready. So, let's try, okay? Let's try to answer the following activity. You can write your answer in your notebook, on your paper, on your scratch paper, or you can either write it on the comment section below. Are you ready? Okay, yes, I am sure you are. And which among 2, 5, and 10 is a common factor of the following pair? Number 1, 384 and 228. Which is a common factor? You got it correct? For number 2, 150 and 635. Look at the last digit. Okay, their common factor is 5. Who got it? For number 3, We have 520 and 780. Take a look at the last digits of the numbers. Very good. Their common factors are 2, 5, and 10. How about the item number 4? For number 4, we have 648 and 890. Yes, their common factor is 2. How about number 5? 1,210 and 3,986. Their common factor is 2. And now that you've got it all correct, are you ready for an activity? Okay, for group 1, you have to encircle the correct number to which the first given number is divisible to, and that is 12. Is it divisible by 2, 5, or 10? For group 2, again for group 2, encircle the correct number to which the first given number is divisible to. And the number given is 55. Is it divisible by 2, 5, or 10? Next! For group 3, encircle the correct number to which the first number is divisible to. And the number given to them is 70. Question, is 70 divisible by 2, 5, or is it 10? Did you answer your activity correctly? Alright, I'm sure you do. Next, did you understand our lesson for today? You do? Oh yes, if you do, here's a question for you. How do we find the factors of a given number using divisibility rules for 2, 5, and 10? Again, how do we find the factors of a number using divisibility rules for 2, 5, and 10? Think about it. Recall, how do we find it? Did you remember it, right? So the answer is when we say divisible by 2, the one's digit is even number, meaning it ends in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. But if it's divisible by 5, the last digit is 0 or 5. But if it is divisible by 10, the last digit is of course 0. Very good. So, let's check. Kindly get a clean sheet of paper and a ball pen. Let's try to answer this one. Are you ready? So, please make sure that you have your ball pen with you and a piece of paper. Using the divisibility rule, encircle the numbers whose factors are the given number before each item. For number 1, we have 88, 475, 93, and 291, which among them is divisible by 2. Number 2, we have 5,007, 7,523, 6,019, 845, which among them is divisible by 5. Number 3, we have 370, 953, 847, and 539, which among them is divisible by 10. Number 4, 372, 355, 3,450, and 147. which is divisible by 10. For number 5, we have 473, 834, 525, and 453, which is divisible by 5. Okay, answer it quietly on your paper. For number 4, we have 3,450. And lastly, for number 5, we have 525. You got it all correct? How you do? Okay. For your assignment, please find the common factors of each set of numbers. Okay, you may give more